Hey, welcome everyone to another episode of Mindful Zen Habit Reviews, where we're reviewing a book here that talks about how in 30 days you could drastically bring more happiness into your life, but how? Today we're going to be talking about how to listen to people for real. You see, in the past I assumed that I was a good listener, but when I realized what real listening was really, and how if there was a camera that could see inside of me to confirm their truth, I would see that I wasn't real listening for real. So it's about profoundly listening to someone. Not with what you think that they're saying, but what they're saying in a present moment that might be something completely new to you. So the moment someone starts saying something, you start already figuring out what you think that they're going to say. So why would you continue listening for? But if you're living in a moment, you know that everything that they could say, if you listen more profoundly, there could be new details, such as a song that you have better earphones and you're like, wow, I could hear new details in the songs that were always there. Now that I have better earphones, I could hear the details of this sound. I need to re-listen to all the songs that I thought that I knew. That is what it is to listen profoundly. You stop assuming and you listen in a way where you could get really the person on a deeper level. So this means in this book they mention here, it means silencing your little voice that's inside of you that's probably commenting on what the person's saying instead of you listening to them. When we take things personally, that comment starts like getting pissed off about what are they saying? Oh, I can't believe you start getting flustered and you start already getting pissed off while not even listening to what the person is saying. So we like assume and we take things personally at the same time. The last thing we're doing is actually listening to them. So a lot of people are not even listening. I don't know if you're one of those people. They're more just preparing themselves to answer. Like as if their life came from just needing to answer to people, like as if I need to have everything figured out. So no matter what you tell me, I know the answer. See, it's the reality of what I've also discovered, that it's easier to pay attention to other people's business and feel like we have an answer for them than to actually pay attention to what's lacking in our lives and having the courage to address it. That's why we always feel like we need to say something. But if you really were with a good listener, you'd probably realize that just being able to share genuinely what's going on in your heart and not feeling judged as you're saying it, you notice that you probably found the answers yourself just because you were in the safe space with someone that actually is listening to you and that cares about what you're saying. So because that person never really discovered that for themselves, and I'm not judging anyone, that's why you just feel like you need to keep talking instead of listening to people, because you don't know what it feels like to just have someone hear you and you find your answers on your own. So instead of talk, listen, and the person could probably figure it out on their own. If you're going to say anything, it's to ask a question for them to steer themselves closer towards a conclusion than just going over and over again in just chapter one. Like, okay, I get it. Like, confirm with them that you got what they said at least, and direct them towards being able to solve it on their own. They'll remember it because they came up with it on their own. So yes, you don't get as big of a medal for them saying, oh wow, you saved my life. You're not going to get that. But you'll authentically have made a difference in that person's life. So are you there to appear as if you're helping people, or for deeply and profoundly have helped them in reality? And just remember that it will surprise them, because there's mentioned here in the book, people are not used to the fact that someone really listens to them. They're used to that people just want to show how smart or cool they are. I agree. So they also started talking about the power of saying no. When you're able to say no to someone, it could filter out your real friends from toxic people, because your real friends, you could assume, are not going to take it personally when you say no to them. You're being authentic with yourself, so it brings up your self-esteem. Instead of saying yes, but you really meant no, and it brings down your self-esteem. So it's just about practicing to be more authentic. I don't know how they got to that in the same chapter, but I'll continue. When practicing say no to someone, they suggest you could tell the person in question that it's nothing personal against them, but you're just looking out for your own well-being. See it as the courage of eating the stuff that make you feel good about what you committed yourself to do, instead of feeling that you're going to be a burden on other people and just give in to what the social status quo is doing around you. Be proud of being yourself, be prepared, and be proud of saying no. You can say no with compassion, that they could help you with the challenge that you've given to yourself, and that you would be proud of yourself. What is wrong with that? If the people around you could do whatever they want, you could do whatever you want also. Take care, everyone.